Well, I think the greatest thing about animals is that they do teach us some lessons. You know, they have unconditional love. They've always got that look in their eye when they stare at you. They've got that wag in their tail.
No matter what I do in life, it seems to always be about pets, and this is the only thing that I want to do.
Cat volunteers tease me because I love the dogs. I tease the cat volunteers. We all have the same passion. We love what we do, and our reward is seeing that dog, cat, or critter going out the door.
What really drives the Arizona Humane Society are the people behind it, both our staff and over 1,700 volunteers, that they have this compassionate spirit that comes through every day, this joy for the pets that they work with, and really carrying on the legacy of the Arizona Humane Society.
It's not uncommon when someone has a break in the day for one of the employees to just go into a kennel and sit with a dog and pet it. I notice that almost every day where someone is going out of their way to do something sort of beyond their job to give them love and compassion.
Our biggest challenge is really the number of homeless animals that come to the shelter every year. This past year was more than 46,000.
46,000 animals a year. That number is so difficult for people to comprehend. Unless you're here in it day in and day out, I don't think that someone understands really what 46,000 animals looks like.
Once you realize how bad the problem is, then you can't close your eyes to it.
I work in the admissions department. It's the front line where animals are brought into us in a variety of ways for a variety of reasons.
From the minute our doors open in the morning, there's already a line of people usually waiting to come in to surrender their animal. Most times it's, standing room only. This shelter is available to everybody who needs to surrender their animal. And it doesn't matter how old the animal is, it doesn't matter what physical condition it's in, we will turn no one away.
In admissions, we've seen quite a few things. We've had stray chickens brought in. We've seen turtles come in with a microchip.
Even the rats and the mice, I like them too. Some of them are so friendly.
A lot of times my friends will say to me, how can you go in there and see all those dogs and all those cats? And it's really easy. I think this is one of the best places for a homeless animal to be. It's not a sad place, it's a happy place. They're treated with care, love, respect. From the minute they come in this door, every human they come in contact with loves animals.
I do what I do because every time you rescue an animal or anytime you pull an animal out of a situation, that animal that you're saving is going to be keeping somebody's feet warm next winter, or some little kid's going to be playing with them at a park. And I think about that every case.
We are the first responders to animal cruelty complaints in Phoenix. And it's a tough job. It's hard seeing what we see.
The call came in for Rocky first thing in the morning, 8 a.m. I got to these people's house and found him passed out on their front stoop. He wasn't moving. He got to their front door and collapsed. On my way in, I called the hospital and said, I'm coming, here's what I've got. And they were waiting, and I was able to get him right in, and he went right into surgery.
Rocky first came into our Second Chance Animal Hospital, having suffered a vicious attack from another large dog. His entire neck had been filleted open by puncture wounds and shaking. It was infected. Rocky's had a total of 3 procedures to get him to the state where we see him now, where his neck is healed together, and he's getting very close to being ready to go up for adoption. We're providing the highest level of trauma care and rehabilitation in the Phoenix Valley. Rocky is not an isolated case. He is one of many, many, many that we save every year.
To be able to see Rocky today and actually see him interact instead of be the little comatose kid that he was, and have him be so healthy and so happy. I mean, this is why we do it. I'm gonna cry.
We are growing dramatically. The fact that we can take on the number of animals that we take on a yearly basis and help as many as we do, all comes down to the financial support that we get.
When I come here, I get so much more back, so it's almost like they're rewarding me for being there, and to me, that's an awesome feeling.
I know when I come here is for a purpose. I enjoy this. This kind of makes me whole.
I'm so thankful to be a part of this organization because I have this passion and this drive to save animals and get them into good homes.
This is Payton. We've had her probably for about 3 or 4 months. She has 3 legs, but she runs faster than most dogs do with 4 legs.
From what people said, she got thrown out of a car window. Someone that worked for the Humane Society happened to be on the highway that she got thrown out of the window on.
When they took her into the hospital there, she had a broken leg, she had fractured teeth they had to extract, she had front legs that were all torn up.
Matt and I had actually started looking at pit bulls. We went to go look for a dog, and I looked down in the kennel in the far right corner, and I see Payton's little head peeking out with the cone on. And I read her story, and it was the saddest thing I've ever read. In that moment, when I found her in that kennel, I knew that she was the dog we were supposed to have.
What more can you ask for? I mean, look at her. What more can you ask for?
I wouldn't do anything else with my life. I think this is the most rewarding, the most challenging job that I will ever have. And I love the fact that the Humane Society gives me the opportunity to do what I love.